everyone, this is Ms. Montgomery welcoming you again to English 112 online at Blue Ridge Community College. And this video is just a short tour of the Blackboard course. Of course, you've been able to get into the course for the last few days and look around and find things and complete some of the early small assignments, but there are a few things I just wanted to make sure that you were aware of. So this is the Blackboard screen, should be more or less as it appears to you as a student user. And you enter the screen here on the announcements page. And then you have my contact information and office hours for this semester. And then you have that Start Here button that I encouraged you to review with the email earlier at the very beginning of the course. Kind of gives you some very basic logistics. And then there's a copy of the syllabus available. It's a Word document that you can download. And then there are links to online texts. As I mentioned in the introduction, there are public domain or otherwise ethical copies of a lot of our texts available, and that's a wonderful resource. So you have those here, and see some of them, like this one, are PDFs. Others will be, others will be just web texts. But there are all kinds of fascinating resources out there. Again, you want to focus on good ethical websites, but there's just a wealth out there of web-based texts. And also, if you run across something that is easier to read or more visually pleasing to navigate, by all means, let me know. And then in the resources sections, you have sample essays, both some papers I've done over the years that address issues we might run into in the course, as well as past students were kind enough to share successful essays. And then this is kind of the storehouse for all of the PowerPoints and some of the videos in the course that will also be distributed throughout the different units. They have the supplemental assignments area. That's where I keep a description of the reading journals and an extra link to the syllabus quiz. Then when you have your journal entries due, you can go to the journals area. Click on the journal, you'll find the prompt, create journal entry, and then you can upload a file or you can compose within Blackboard, but whatever you do, you want to keep an offline copy. Then you have your discussion board for an online class. Of course, we won't meet and have face-to-face discussions, so the discussion board is very important, and you want to really stay on top of doing that each week. You see how they're all loaded. You can kind of get an idea of the calendar and of the kinds of as I was saying, they're the kinds of discussions that we want to have that will help you think analytically about literature and support one another's thinking. Then I have some extra resources that definitely can help us with study, but can also help us with the fun side and the cultural side of the elements that we're looking at. And then you'll have information about your exams. You have an area where your grades will post. And then, of course, this is a writing course, so the main element is those essays. And you have links here to the essay rubrics. They are Google Docs, as you see. So you can view those from the links. You do not need to have any sort of account, any sort of special software, and then you can certainly save those in another program if you like, or print them off. And then we'll do the rough drafts in a class blog format. When you look through and you have a rough draft listed, you'll go into the appropriate blog, you'll post an entry, and then you'll use the discussion questions to post comments to classmates. And then when your essays are due, you'll go to the submission area. And you see there is a list here of types of formats that Blackboard can accept. It's extremely important that you follow that list, or you'll give me a kind of file that I won't be able to open. I won't be able to read. And just bear that in mind. And I've also set this up so you have 3 attempts to turn in each essay. You certainly do not need to turn in 3 copies of each essay, but just in case something goes wrong or you forget and use the wrong file format, and then you can just try again right there. I've given you 3 attempts. So you would upload a file, and then you'll see as we go how you'll be able to see your rubrics linked to those and your grades linked to those, and it's all very interactive. And I encourage you, when you get a successful submission, you get a green stripe about here on the page that says you have submitted this assignment, to maybe screen cap that page or print it off, and to log out and log back in. Make sure that you can see where you've submitted your essays. And then I'll have buttons here along the left-hand menu for each of our main course units. So what's visible right now is this first unit that we're beginning. Many of you have already taken the syllabus quiz, but you can link to there. There's a link to the discussion board, so you can link to there. There's a link to the journal you've got due. So for each week, I try to have it kind of in one place. Then I've also got some other embedded videos, like this one, to give you kind of the substitute for a class lecture. And then there are transcripts for those videos as well. And this is just a secondary link out to YouTube in case you run into any issues. And you see kind of nice dividers for the weeks, more assignments and links, more resource videos, and then links as well to where you'll submit those drafts and to where you will submit finally the essay. And then there are some other general resources in Blackboard as well. So I encourage you to continue poking around the course, get comfortable with the organization. Let me know of any questions. Consider posting questions that might apply to the entire class in this area of the discussion board, so everybody can see it and you can help each other out, because you might be working on the same thing and be able to help a classmate. So I look forward to reading your work throughout the semester, and I thank you for viewing the introduction video.